Hello friends, we have completed the problem number 1. Now today means in our second lectures we will discuss about the problem number 2. Let us discuss the problem number 2. It is similar to the problem number 1. It is a problem number 2. Problem number 2. Gavaskar Limited was incorporated on 1st May 2020 to purchase running business of Imran Khan Limited from 1st January 2020. Profit and loss account for the year ended 31st December 2020. Salaries 39,600, directors fees 5060, rent and taxes 12,000, electricity charges 2,400, insurance 3,000, commission 7,600, advertising 4,500, discount 3,700, carriage 2,800, office expenses 8,000, bank charges 1,500, preliminary expenses 6,500, bad debts 2,500, interest on loan 3,000, net profit 68,340, total 1,70,500. Now credit side friends, by gross profit 1,70,500. There is no any other income related to the business. Then they says that total sales for the year ended 31st December 2020 was rupees 5,50,000, out of which rupees 1,37,500 were for the period from 1st January 2020 to 1st May 2020. Find out the profit prior to incorporation and subsequent to incorporation. Now friends, here if you see that in our problem they are provided Gavaskar Limited and he has incorporated on 1st May 2020 and purchase running business on 1st January 2020 and year end is 31st December 2020. Now we will discuss our problem. First of all, we should know about whenever we will start our problem, we have to consider three dates. What are the three dates? Dates date of acquisition, date of incorporation, and date of year end. Year. Now we will discuss about the our problem. First, Gavaskar Limited was incorporated on 1st May 2020. The date of incorporation 1st May 2020. So we will write here incorporation 1st May 2020. Then after that, friends, they are provided to purchase running business of Imran Khan Limited on 1st January 2020. The date of acquisition, purchase of business 1st January 2020. So here we will write here 1st January 2020. Then if you see that the particular sentence, if you read continuously, you will get the year end date 31st December 2020. So here 31st December 2020 is the year end. So we got these three dates: date of incorporation, date of acquisition, and year end. Now on that basis we will prepare time ratio and we will find out the sales ratio also. So whenever the any company, any particular firm acquired Acquired means purchase. So the purchase date to incorporation date, we will find out the months. So first of all, we will find out the months. So it start from January, February, March, April. So from date of acquisition to date of incorporation. Date of acquisition is 1st January 2020 and date of incorporation is 1st May 2020. This particular period, how many months are there? January, February, March and April. It means how many months? It is 4 months. Then after that, from 1st May in 2020, they incorporated the company. So date of incorporation to year end, how many months are there? So May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. If you count these months, how many months are there? May, 1 month, June, 2nd month, July, 3rd, August, 4th, September, 5th, October, 6th, November, 7th and December, 8th. So how many months? Date of incorporation to year end, 8 months. So date of acquisition to date of incorporation, 4 months are there. This particular 4 months period is called as a pre-incorporation period. And date of incorporation to year end, 8 months are there. This period is called as a post-incorporation period. So here friends, if you see that the pre-incorporation period 4 months and post-incorporation period 8 months. So we will use these values 4:8 for calculating the time ratio. For calculating the time ratio. So 4 ones are 4 and 4 twos are 8. The time ratio is 1:2. I hope you understood how we will calculate time ratio. Now friends, we will find out next ratio, that is calculation of the sales ratio. Again we will consider pre-incorporation period and post-incorporation period. We know that pre-incorporation period how many months are there and post-incorporation period how many months are there. We already find this particular numbers. Here pre-incorporation period 1st January to April and May to December post-incorporation period 4 months and 8 months. Now what kind of information regarding the sales? Total sales for the year ended 31st December 2020 was rupees 5,50,000, out of which rupees 1,37,500 were for the period from 1st January 2020 to 1st May 2020. The 1st January 2020 to 1st May 2020, this particular period is called as a pre-incorporation period. This particular period is called as a pre-incorporation period. And pre-incorporation period, this particular how much amount of sale was there? 1,37,500. This particular sale is called as a pre-incorporation sale from January to April. And what about the post incorporation sale? The total sales they are provided 5,50,000. 5,50,000 is total sales minus 1,37,000 pre-incorporation sale. The rest of the value we have to find out. So 5,50,000 minus 1,37,500. Rest of the sale, that is 4,12,500. 4,12,500. So this particular sale is called as a post incorporation sales, because in our problem they are provided the total sales 5,50,000. We deducted the 1,37,500 pre-incorporation period sale. It means remaining sales we have to consider post incorporation sale. So I hope you understood. So here, if you see that we have a balances 1,37,500 pre-incorporation period sales and 4,12,500 is a post-incorporation period sale. Now if you divide it, you will get the sales ratio, that is 1:3. If you divide by 5, if you divide the 1,37,500 by 5 or 4,12,500 by 5, so you will get 1:3. The sales ratio is 1:3 and time ratio is 1:2. Now in our problem, gross profit always divided into sales ratio. Always divided into sales ratio. Salary we will distribute it pre-incorporation and post-incorporation period by way of time ratio. Director fees directly put post incorporation column because it is a company item. It is a company item. Rent and taxes we have to use time ratio. Electricity charges also time ratio. Electricity charges also time ratio. Insurance time ratio. Commission sales ratio, because commission give to salesman and salesman commission is related to the sales, therefore commission sales ratio. Advertising it is related to the sales, therefore advertising we have to put as a sales ratio. Discount also sales ratio. Carriage outward also sales ratio. Then friends, office expenses time ratio. Bank charges time ratio. Preliminary expenses post incorporation column directly put. It is a company related item directly put post incorporation column. Bad debts time ratio. Interest on loan, it is related to the pre-period. It is related to the pre-period, because in company they will consider as a capital, interest on capital, but before that whatever is there, it is a pre-interest loan. So I hope you understood how we will bifurcate. You have to prepare this kinds of statement of the profit and loss of Gavaskar. Gross profit we will put as a sales ratio, then all expenses you have to write, and you should find out the net profit. So net profit will be transferred to capital reserve account. Which net profit? Pre-incorporation, and post-incorporation to the profit and loss account. I will not prepare statement right now. You should prepare your own, and you have to find out the net profit and net loss if it is there. So it is a very simple problem that you have to solve. I hope you understood how we will calculate time ratio and sales ratio. It is very important to calculate time ratio and sales ratio. Without time ratio and sales ratio, we cannot find out the columnar form of the profit and loss account. You should know about the time ratio and sales ratio. And once you know the time ratio and sales ratio, you can easily bifurcate the all expenses and income by pre-period and post-period. I hope you understood these particular lectures. We will discuss this practical statement also. But what happened? You have to try. You have to use your calculator, use your pen, pencil, and you should write on your notebook. Otherwise, it is difficult to understand. First, you should write all these things. Then we will calculate. If you have any query, you can put in our WhatsApp group also. So I hope you understood. So it is very important to practice this all kinds of sums. It is very important. It is very important to study how to calculate time ratio. Then major thing is sales ratio also. And then how we will bifurcate expenses related to the sales. We will bifurcate. We will consider sales ratio. Office expenses, administrative expenses, we will consider time ratio. So I hope you understood. You can easily prepare profit and loss statement, and you will find out our profit, pre-incorporation profit transferred to the general reserve account, and post-incorporation profit will be transferred to the profit and loss account, or we can say that it is transferred to the balance sheet.